name's Jim Harrigan and I'm the chairperson of FAS, an organisation called FAS. You know, we used to be called the Glasgow Association of Farm Support Groups, but we changed our name 2 years ago to FAS, which is a Farm Addiction Support Service. Our service is unique. It provides a confidential service for families, you know, in the city of Glasgow and Glasgow wide. We've supported countless families over the years, and we try and help them and individuals to cope with what's happening to them in their lives on a day-to-day basis. The idea of the quilt came from a lady that went to San Francisco, and she seen the quilt that was made there for people that suffered or died through AIDS, the virus, and she brought it back here. She mentioned it to the administrator at the time, who then mentioned it to one or two of the parents who were here, and they started it. You know, two of the ladies started the quilt initially, you know, and then it grew from there. The whole idea of the quilt is to have people remember that these boys and lasses that died were people, you know, they tend to be forgotten about because of drug addicts, and it gives a lot of satisfaction to the family members that they're being remembered, and they will be remembered as long as they're on the quilt. And I think that's a tremendous thing, you know. If people take solace out of that and, you know, get comfort, then that's, you know, the quilt's working.
My name is Madeline Johnston. I lost my son Robert Johnston in 1995, February. I lost him with a first drug injection. Tragically, Robert it happened in a house in Castlemilk, and we didn't get him for 3 weeks. And when we did get him, he was wrapped in a carpet and put under a bed, and he was left there to rot. It had a devastating effect on the family. I had other family, and I can't really tell you how it's an ultimate nightmare to have lost a child. And sometimes I look back and I wonder how we ever get through it. So I knew at that time the manager of this place, and he contacted me because he came to Robert's funeral, and I came to FAS, and me and another mother started the bereavement group, and that was 15 years ago. And while we were here, the quilt started. So my patch in the quilt at the beginning was, I was never a sewer, but Robert was the apple of my eye, and that's the patch that I did. But my husband did a patch, my daughter did a patch, and I had a young son at 10, and he did a few patches on it. And it made me realise that this 10-year-old, because he's did a patch, and it was Robert's story, and it was Robert started with cannabis, moved on to ecstasy, and then death. And for a 10-year-old, you know, it was absolutely appalling that what this man was thinking. But when I came to FAS and we started the bereavement group, it was brilliant, and as you got stronger, I actually went back and retrained and came into work in the drug field. And for 6 years I worked with women, but then I went and worked with boys. But my heart was always in here. I loved in here because we always came to the meetings. The quilt was a big thing for us, because when you do a bit for your boy, you want him to be recognised, never forgotten. So coming here, I eventually got a job in here, and if I can inspire mothers to get in touch with me, and I can say, well, look at me, how I feel now. So you never ever, Robert is a great loss. I'll miss him to the day I die. But I can cope now. He did cope. But I've always got to wear a mask, because nobody sees you when you walk away. But I know someday I'll see Robert again, and that's what keeps me going.
In 1995, in August, my son died. He was 24. His name was David, and he had 3 children. He went out to England to go into a rehabilitation place, and he was supposed to go in it on the 31st of August in Oxford, but he was found dead in his room. He was in a bed and breakfast thing, and it turned out he'd been lying in that room for 2 days. So with the result of that as well, we didn't get seen my son to say goodbye. We couldn't get seen him. We were all distraught, and I've got a daughter who was about 18 at the time, and his 3 children were 4, 5 and 6. I met a lady through a friend of my mother's who brought me up here to the association, and that's when I got involved with Marlene, and me and Marlene were the founder members. We started the bereavement group, and we were also volunteers, and I really don't know what I would have done without this place. But from I've come up here, and our bereavement group is really, we all support one another, and we are here to help one another. And the patches on the quilt, to me, when I was doing mine for David, I was just wanting people and myself to remember that, you know, he's not going to be forgotten. Because people just say, oh, it's another drug death, it's their own fault. We have got a really strong bereavement group now. There's about 13 or 14 of us now, which is good because people know that we can help them. We can all comfort each other and speak to one another, and we're there. I might be crying one day, or somebody else might be crying one day. We've all got that one thing in common, and the only good thing that has come out of it is we've met some good friends.
My name is Brenda, and I came to the association through the deaths of my 2 lovely young sons, which I lost to drugs. It took me a while when I came here. I stood outside, but eventually I plucked up the courage and I came through the door. When I came in, I was greeted with the bereavement group, who gave me really great support and care to help me through this difficult time. So they did. Eventually, when I had enough strength, I managed to do a little patch for my 2 sons. And while sewing the patch, sewing on their names, a few tears had fell onto it, but I eventually managed to finish it. Now it's up on the wall here with all the other much loved and lost sons and daughters, and I'm really proud of it. And I must say, this feeling never goes away for the loss of your children. And I truly, truly and deeply miss them and love them so much. And I'm so grateful to be here and with all the people that's helped me through this.
One of the things we would like to say to anybody is, if they want a patch put on the quilt, is just to get in touch with us, and we'll get, you know, we'll give us the patch, we'll get it put onto them. And if you want any details of the quilt, whether you can come and see it here in our offices or whatever, then you just need to phone. There'll be a phone line, a phone number made available for people to phone up and get in contact with us, which I hope you do.